That's what I've been thinking about, though. Either way, like with what happened, it is genuinely weirder if I don't call in Lilith and have her take control of her fucking staff.
Oh no, definitely call the base general who, well, technically you'd be calling in Jackie.
Yeah, well, yes, but she is being Lilith for this, remember?
Yeah, definitely call in Lilith. Keep her pets in line. And here's the thing, you might not recognize them, but Jackie might.
Well, here's the thing. Um, as far as I'm aware, for how this simulation works, if the simulation doesn't have the data on their faces, it can't provide the information on the faces. It's not a matter of your perspective, it's a matter of whether or not it has that info. I don't think it knows. I don't think the Thunderhead knows who did this.
Which is why I think the Thunderhead's trying to figure out. Also, it might be able to extrapolate the data using new resources that were never connected before.
Maybe? Well, I'll definitely be able to, yes.
So,
What I'm trying to figure out is who's trying to fucking learn what. Because if it's just the Ace General is trying to learn shit, I don't fucking trust that. Theoretically, the Ace General, the older Aces, are the most loyal members of the Thunderhead's military staff. I know the Ace Captain is one of the people we can trust. I don't know about the Ace General.
Honestly, I just don't know here.
I'm not going to proceed with
in
it.
a toss up.
I'm not going to proceed with anything super heavy without a group consensus on it for this to make that clear. Like, I'm not about to go run off and just do shit. But I, to be frank, that's where I'm sitting with this whole satellite fucking sim that we're in. And honestly, I really don't see a point in going into the sim to the third sim that's supposed to follow this shit.
well, we're supposed to get cool shit out of it. So,
Supposedly, yeah, but
I think,
that's just me though. That's 100% just me. I know you
yeah,
guys are more interested in that.
I think getting Jackie there to help you out is going to be paramount. I think we should try and keep this subtle movement going, in my personal opinion.
What do you guys think? The two of you.
I think that based on what we were told about your investigator and what we know about other investigators, he'd pawn off dealing with the Iron Eaters to their boss and start quietly working things into drastically over securing everything and anything suspect being removed, which would be those couple of unknown fucking Leotechs being pulled out, a couple of other things being shifted around just for people that aren't usually in those areas, you know?
So those Leotechs were sent in from the numbered bases, right? And Minerva, much as it pisses her off, can't get rid of them because of it, right? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken on that, am I? Char?
Correct. I can get rid of them though.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's my excuse for getting you in. Because you're the one that can get rid of them.
Yes. And granted, I'm already getting into it already.
Cool. Well, I meant more formally pulling you into the investigator's investigation. You know, that type bullshit.
Mhm.
All right, very minimum. I also changed. I also was thinking about it. I know how I'm gonna fucking handle the rest of this little encounter that I'm having. If we're ready to go, Matt, are you good to go?
Mhm.
You good to start?
Ready?
I was thinking about the other thing I was thinking about is how I was gonna handle these guys that are there. There's 3 of them that are still on their feet coming to kill me, right? Matt.
Hmm. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about 014, 014, and I kind of just went, they don't know anything about him. And he doesn't seem the running sort. So I'm just going to stand my ground, calmly reach into my coat and pull out like a gas grenade of whatever the strongest thing I can pull out in the sim is. And I'm just going to gas them while calling Lilith. I already set myself to be basically a frontline combat animatronic, so I don't breathe. They don't know what gear I have on me. I can have whatever gear I fucking want, right?
Hmm.
I know what Lilith's going to be doing.
I was waiting for an answer from Matt, but apparently silence is.
It's one of his
Sorry.
best.
I need you guys to scheme a little bit more. It looks like something that I wrote for this has unfortunately been not saved. So I need to write it out one more time. I need 10 minutes.
Okay.
Right.
You still got it in your
Go
mind,
ahead and
so it
scheme.
shouldn't be too bad.
Let us return to debating whether or not sledgehammer or scalpel.
All right. Scheme. 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 Scheme.
Scheme, 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 scheme.
So I'm going to get everyone at the back bay, Iron Eaters, and I'm going to make sure everyone's accounted for. And if their commanders don't have their troops, they're going to go find them, bring them to me. I was thinking we just take control of the base.
Yeah, that's what my argument is. Somebody over there is like, no, we don't want to sledgehammer it.
I think we take all my. The thing is, I don't know if the Iron Eaters are in on it at this point. Because if I bring the Iron Eaters to the weapon to lock it down, and then my men get out of control and go sabotage it, I'm like bringing them to the destination. But if I bring them to a different location and
But
let
I'm
you
gonna
guys deal with the gun and make sure it's either offline or figure out why it blows up in the first place.
Well, that's the thing. As far as I'm aware, based off of what we've seen to the sim, they don't fucking know.
And it must be in the metadata, which is what we're doing right now. So all I can say is
What I found out is that they're trying to get us to pull in answers from outside sources. But yeah, no, I'm definitely in for the let's just seize control of the whole damn thing plan, because
that's kind of
was
what I wanted to do last week. But I'm with Char on the subtlety aspect. I just
You
feel like we need
motherfucker.
to. I need to be the hey, look at me, and you guys deal with the stuff on the back end.
I'm going to point out one very important calculation for your. I don't know whether or not we can trust the Iron Eaters thing.
Mhm.
It doesn't fucking matter because you're goddamn Lilith right now.
Right. It's gonna be I put the fear of Lilith into your fucking Iron Eater asses, and you fucking stand at attention for me. And
Yeah,
you're gonna do what you're told.
even if they're rebellious, I'm pretty sure you could 1v the entirety of the Iron Eater battalion.
Yeah, so whoever is making the shots that make these Iron Eaters follow orders, I'm going to outrank them because I'm the Iron.
You
And the
are
Iron
the
Eater.
Grandmaster.
I'm also curious to see a bit of history of the Iron Eaters, especially from a different base. Like, what's their cultivations like? What do they have on the current cultivation manual? It's pretty telling that they have everything on Lilith. So I'm sure they have a lot more on the Iron Eaters than what
Oh,
Jackie, is aware of. So,
oh, I know they have quite a bit on the Iron Eaters
right.
because I know they have one of their cultivation books.
So I'm going to see
I
what the difference is.
I'm not going to lie. I may have purchased one.
It's okay.
I may own your cultivation technique somewhere in my library. Not yours personally, but I mean the Iron Eater one.
Mhm.
Actually, I know more about yours than Lilith is comfortable with me knowing as well.
The nano
I don't
minion.
know. I don't. I don't know how comfortable Jackie is with Luna knowing this much about her cultivation technique,
Oh, that's fine.
but
I mean, it's a two. That's like two facets, right? I have the fire and the iron, and I'm making my own thing at the same time. So you might know those aspects, but you don't know
I
the
know
other
the aspects
parts.
that Lilith has taught you
Yeah, right. So
more than she wants me to, anyway. I've extrapolated enough as well that I'm pretty sure I could recreate her teaching book.
yeah, Jackie has enough faith in you anyway to kind of
Well, why the
like.
fuck would I?
Yeah, I just and I don't see you having any gains for it right now. It besides for personal gain, but I don't see anyone else benefiting. So, but I mean that's good
Personal.
for Jackie.
What am I going to gain personally from it?
I don't know, cool cultivation technique, but you already do an even cooler one. So I don't.
Exactly.
Right? I
I
mean,
don't. What's that? Well, oh, is it the cultivation technique to cultivate mechs too? Yeah, that's rare and valuable, and I can do that already.
yeah, right.
What's that? Cultivating nanites? Not that fucking hard. You just need sufficient nanite and cultivation information. At that point, I mean, shit, I already figured out. Like, the reason I know so, like, figured out so much is it's so fucking straightforward at the end of the day. It's just you put fucking cultivation into the cradle, and then you motherfucking basically convert your entirety of you into nanites. That's it. It's a pretty straightforward technique, even if it's hard to do.
Hmm.
No, there is absolutely no gain on my side. I guess I could sell the techniques, but I mean,
Then that's not gain for only you. That's gain for other people.
and why would I bother? It doesn't do anything productive. I can already cultivate mechs anyway. Just don't do it the way Iron Eaters do it.
Yeah.
You want a Liesel manual?
Sure.
I'll take a
I already
look
know.
man.
I already know step one's lick a battery.
Mm-hmm. I have it right here. How you do it too.
I also know that the entirety of the book is a trap. You told me that yourself.
I know. Just in case you forgot.
No, I'll still take it.
I think IQ could benefit from learning some Leah Soul stuff, especially since we have a Leah ring. So
Um, I'll tell you now that a lot of his techniques aren't compatible with
Not
my
only
IQ.
also all of our Liesel techniques are
Basically,
not in manuals.
it's only spread by word of mouth.
Hmm.
No, I want one just so I can put it in my library, and if anybody ever raids my library, they can just enjoy.
That one.
Yeah.
If they do not die from step 1, 2, and 3 will get them.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. It's amazing that your group hasn't gone extinct.
Let me just do a final check, and then
No, but seriously, I will take one from my library. Like, genuinely.
all right.
I'll make you a copy.
Looks good. Thank you for your
I
patience.
appreciate that. Oh, we were doing some scheming, just maybe not anything to do with specifically what we're doing this moment. Because I believe I've been outvoted on just fucking dealing with this shit.
I
I
said
would
we
like
deal
it.
with it in a subtle way.
Yeah, I said I just want to deal with it straight, no fucking dicking around. And so my statement has not changed at all. I'm the only one that seems to be in for just dealing with it and going on with their life. Everybody else wants to be all. How is it the person that is technically supposed to be all stealthy and fucking espionage is the one that's just wants to end this?
Because you also don't want to be in a sim in the first place.
I
Well,
don't.
because you're tired of these goddamn snakes on this goddamn plane.
I'm tired of these goddamn traitors in this goddamn space station.
Motherfucking snakes. All right. So I have my thing written out. Thank you for your patience. So let us continue.
Cool. Matt,
Mm-hmm.
they have no idea what my gear was, as I recall. They knew I had a pistol, and they had no idea what was on me otherwise. So I'm just going to produce a fucking gas toxin. I'm
Make
going
me
to...
a raw perception test.
Sure.
Mhm.
I mean, this is perception based in the... I'm, at this point, pretty much fucking cheating. So I'm just going to use my internet awareness, which runs
Are
off
you
my
gonna?
thing.
Are you going? Base raw perception off the core stat will be extremely covert. This is just your raw ability.
Oh, I see.
If you want to blatantly cheat, I'll let you just roll your straight security stat.
All right, give me a sec. Wait, did boons and stuff reset for this, or are we still on the ones from last session? I don't mind on one way or the other. I just want to know.
They do not reset from last. Oh, actually, no. This is the next scenario. They do reset in between scenarios.
Cool. That means I'm back up to full boons. I will slap.
Scenarios, not sessions. Since fight
Yeah,
the
that's okay.
EX1.
You have answered my question, and that's good. I only needed an answer because that means I'm just going to slap 3 onto this perception.
There's a little blip in the corner of your eye. It has logged that you have put in a new item. You didn't expect it, but it also didn't stop you, but it logged it. It's not something a human eye can perceive. It only is somebody who's literally a computer because it's so fast.
Hmm.
It's like that brief opening of like the Windows command line,
Yeah.
but it's the size of a pixel.
I wonder how closely they're watching that right now.
But you have your grenade. It's the exact model that you wanted in your mind.
I just pulled something straight out of the Sim stuff too. Not,
Yep.
I went with what's available. And Matt, I'm just going to seal this little space I'm in with these 3 Iron Eaters that are still on their feet. And I'm just going to guess all of us. Because I have him set right now to a combat animatronic. So toxins aren't going to kill him. And I'm going to very calmly pull out a communicator, a basic one, and call Lilith.
Hi, this is this is Lilith. What do I do for you?
This would be Investigator 014. It would seem that some of your Iron Eaters have gotten a little out of hand. I've handled these ones, but I would appreciate it if you would be so kind as to ensure that none others are misbehaving.
She'll whatever she answered, it was like a little communique. She'll crush in her face and her fist, and then stomp the ground, and then say, "All right, you lot, everyone, get into parade this instant."
All right, I'll have you make a command test. Or intimidate, one of the two.
Both? Why not both?
Hmm.
Intimidate. So the command is with plus extra, but yeah.
Oh, God. People keep calling me because they don't want to wait. I'm not working today. Stop calling me.
So it passes on both.
Turn off my phone.
But the intimidate was much more effective, I think. Yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to say to the commanding officers of their squads, I want every single Iron Eater not going out. We are going to stay in this base, and we are going to take absolute control of it. I am going to be the base commander of this base. I want every single Iron Eater with me on this.
There is a kind of a pause. And there is a response from the speakers, from the camera speakers. May I ask why?
This Thunderhead or the Stormfront?
This is Thunder.
We
Well,
are
which one
Thunderhead
is we a Thunderhead era? All right.
It's Thunder.
All right. And Lilith will say, we are under attack internally.
Yes? I don't detect any such thing.
I know it, and I'm going to act on it.
Wait,
Well, I can't.
Did Thunderhead not just hear what I said?
You're not sure? Didn't respond.
Interesting. Sorry, continue.
I'm not aware of such thing. I can't have you overtaking the base commander's position and the entirety of the cultivator force in the middle of a very crucial battle. You can run a personal investigation.
And then I will have every single Iron Eater here instead of going out to battle.
Many of them will have to be sent to battle. You can take the security force that was assigned.
Well, as a reminder, Matt, he did say anybody not being deployed.
Mm-hmm. But our forces remain. You can take them on your investigation. One last piece of thing to consider. This is a very crucial battle. If you end up causing significant irreparable damage and or affect the outcome of the battle in a major way that significantly is detrimental to our probability of winning, unfortunately, you will be revoked of your position and potentially your citizenship for treason. If you wish to proceed, now knowing this, you may.
And Lilith will look around everyone, all at the Iron Eaters here, and say, We are the Thunderheads military, their might. But I disagree with the Thunderhead here. I want you all to put your trust in me in this point. And I will make sure that we survive this battle. Who's with me?
They give you a salute. And they'll fall in behind you.
So, who's missing is the question.
Out of the
Iron Eaters, because I asked their commanding officers. I wanted all the Iron Eaters here.
Many didn't leave their stations. Some are in direct control of batteries and defense systems. They will electronically report in, but they're fighting. You have the only spares, and the base commander is personally overseeing the operation of the base at the helm, and will not be coming down. And so is his commanding office or his officer team. So you're assigned about a security force of about 50 people, with 1 lieutenant, 2 sergeants. Everyone in captain and above, more to be seen.
Okay. So how about this? How about we reconvene with where Luna's position is and go towards that way. And I guess we're gonna have to be your security force since I couldn't get everyone.
What is Cody doing?
Oh, Cody, with his blackguard, is slowly making his way. Oh, not slowly. Moving with a purpose, making his way towards the gun.
Who are you impersonating?
I am impersonating a recently assigned level 9 technician from the number basis.
Okay.
I'm
Ogre?
doing an all access pass.
You're impersonating one of the Blackguard with Cody?
Yeah, I'm escorting Cody.
Okay. You guys will make it to the gun. Not a lot of people can stop a Blackguard entourage, behind a level 9 tech. Yeah, gun's right there.
Is there anyone in here?
Yeah, there's all sorts of individuals here. In fact, there's the current head tech, Harushio. He's kind of ordering people around.
Cody's gonna walk straight up to.
They're preparing for weapons fire. Countdown 30 seconds.
Ooh. Cody's gonna walk right up to the firing terminal.
Hello? Please step away from that.
If I cared who you were, I would ask for your name.
The several guns are pointed at you. Step away from the terminal.
Blackguard.
The Blackguard have pointed their weapons at the other Thunderhead agent guards in the room,
Yep.
and now you're at a standoff. Step away from the terminal, sir. Otherwise, you will be fired upon.
And I am here to make sure this thing fires correctly.
Yeah, that's not through the weapons terminal, sir. That is in the command center.
Why is it in the command center and not here?
Because that also has the master control terminal, as well as the firing control terminal, and all of the diagnostics and statistics for the weapon all on display. That is the emergency terminal.
Oh, good.
No,
T minus 10 seconds.
no, no, Char.
Hmm.
Why is somebody working on the emergency terminal?
No, no one's
no.
touching it. He
Oh.
went up and touched it. He
Yeah.
was walking around the
thought-
floor trying to get everyone off of the gun floor.
I thought you said somebody was working on it.
No, he just walked up
No,
to
no.
it.
No, I just walked up to it. All right, we're gonna since this is the emergency terminal, this is gonna be hard. We're gonna try and make sure it fires correctly from here.
Yeah, we don't have enough time for you to get to another terminal.
We don't.
To be frank, I think making it not fire is a better plan than trying to fix it. Because the thing is, near as we can tell, the sim and the Thunderhead
Mhm.
does not have the info as to why it didn't fire, what made it dead.
That's fair.
Fact is, the only reason we know it was a cascade in the energy system is
Is
because we
because we know-
talked to
yeah.
Minerva. Yeah.
Can I perform an emergency shutoff from the
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start with an emergency shutoff of the system.
All right, you shut it down, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?"
This thing was going to explode. You're
How?
a horrible technician.
He will show you the data. He will come over, shove you out of the way, and it's basically emergency shutoff activated. Cooldown 3 minutes. And he immediately, he kind of spaces off into the distance for a bit, and there's a twitch in his eyes. He's not looking at you, but you know that's a communication that he's receiving.
Yeah, no, Cody's gonna then start working and trying to fix it. Because we have AI, because we have IQ here.
Yes, but there's going to be a communicate directly to you from the
Mhm.
base commander. You are to step away and you are to answer the questions immediately. You're also relieved of your position until stated otherwise. Get out of the weapons chamber.
I have a quick question, Blatt.
Mhm.
Because while he was doing that, my question or request was going to be to IQ and be the simple question of, because IQ has access to the hard data, which is a detailed account of what data was there, can IQ scan the data that's coming to this terminal and tell me if it's false?
IQ will try. This is extremely complex, and a lot of this would have to be overt for time sake. Unless you want her to go covert, she may not get the answers you want in time. But if she goes over, she'll rip and tear through this thing to find the answers.
I wanted covert, but I was trying to ask this when he initially started doing the shutdown and the dude was running over.
Yeah,
But-
no, it's still.
That was a 10-second countdown, Ogre, just as a reminder.
Yeah. No, I realize.
So she'll start looking into it. Yeah.
Alright. Yep. That's all I can think of. I'm acting as a blackguard here.
No, that's a good idea.
I'll have you make 3 awareness tests.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay. Actually opening up my character sheet here. And I get a plus 20 to this.
All right. Cool. Very good. Those agents, the normal Thunderhead agents, are fully willing to shoot you guys, even as Blackguard.
Yep.
There's also a bit of comm chatter in the background that is not making a lot of sense. It's highly encrypted. It's on the personal Blackguard channel.
Can IQ unencrypt that? Because I'm a blackguard, I should have access to it.
Seems like more of a Luna question, actually.
Or either way. Because Luna's
So-
IQ's doing the subtle thing.
So, I mean, I have access to the Blackguard channels too as an investigator. Am I
It's encrypted
seeing
even to you.
that is highly unusual? Yeah.
Very, very, very unusual.
Okay, I'm gonna.
But that means there is a.
I know how I'm gonna handle that. I'm going to ask Thunderhead to see how it reacts.
And it kind of pauses. Everything seems to be above board. I don't
Why
see any encrypted communication.
Thunderhead.
Well, beyond the normal high security encryptions.
Thunderhead.
Yes.
I am.
Hmm.
I believe your perception may have been compromised, Thunderhead.
That's not good.
I
Perhaps
would
look
agree.
into it for me, please.
Of course, Thunderhead. If I may have full permissions to have complete access. I understand the base commander might not like that. Given
You
the
should be able to
situation.
use your agent codes.
Yes.
It'll be a covert granting of access and will not interfere with the base commander's responsibilities.
It should not. However, if it does, I wanted to make sure you were aware of it in advance.
I appreciate that.
Of course. And I will very quietly start going to break this. That's a security test, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. I'll slap 2 boons onto it for, I don't know, reasons. Because that reasons.
Nice.
I didn't even remember to put my unnaturals in. Shit. 15 is what the actual total is. I forgot to put my 2 unnaturals in.
Okay.
What we got?
Let me just refresh. It looks like there's a request and movement of a Blackguard entire squad of 10 plus a lieutenant, which is very rare for that many Blackguard to be in one place. Usually they divide up into 2 teams. 2 teams of
Yeah.
5. No, this is the full complement. You're not sure because you've unencrypted it, but they give you a very specific site where they're going to be met up, but it's in code. So unless you know the code, there's nothing really to encrypt. It's just a string of numbers.
I will pass that along to the Thunderhead, knowing I'm actually passing it along because I know the Thunderhead has the processing power to potentially eat through that code if necessary. If it
That is a
capable.
personal code. That is something you can only solve with context. You may want to see one of the Grandmasters on base.
Why is the Blackguard using it then?
Well, that may be a personal coding system by another agent.
Is there another investigator on site, Thunderhead?
Check. Oh, yes. 002 is on site.
Understood. Thank you, Thunderhead. Yep, I'm gonna look at the corpses of those Iron Eaters I just gassed. Make
They're
sure-
alive, but they need medical attention.
I'm just going to leave them there.
Okay.
I'm going to start leaving. What Grandmasters are on base?
There are 3. There is a Grandmaster who is the current base commander. He comes from a very interesting line of ship commanders. They, instead of being a captain, they are raised to literally be in charge of space stations, and they have a similar practice where they put external potentia into the nodes and the weapon systems and everything.
So there's no way he would want to blow up his own fucking base.
No, they would literally be worse than death. His soul's attached to it.
Cool. I'm gonna go see him. And
He's in the command center. No agents are allowed on the helm during combat.
I'm going to put a request in with the specifics of concerns to base internal safety.
You get a reply back from his assistant. Seek out Grandmaster Nimlana then.
Understood. And that would be his, second in command then?
No, it's a different Grandmaster.
Which Grandmaster is this one then?
Pulling up data, there is none. This is the only person you've never seen any data expunged permanently, censored, hidden about, someone with a Grandmaster title.
Well, do I have a location?
You do.
I'm gonna go visit them then, as I will contact you guys and with the back channels we use for this through IQ, and be like, yeah, so that's that communication channel is to a full Blackguard squadron, probably under command of Investigator 002. Unknown purpose. They are going to a location. That is all I can tell you until the code is broken.
GPS location. I'll come pick you up.
Do you want me to take
Okay.
it out? Take them out?
No idea where they're going, so we can't.
Okay, so we don't have a locale. All right.
Yeah. You get the GPS locale?
Well, no, that's not for the Grandmaster, Matt. That was
Oh.
for the. I was talking about the Blackguard. I was informing them what I learned. I was
Okay.
formally informing the team about the Blackguard kill team that 002 clearly has seized control of.
Mhm.
But yes, I will go to the Grandmaster myself and use the whatever to get there.
Well,
Okay,
then I
the
will.
person in a short mech combat suit careens down the hallway with a mech portable beam weapon. Just skids, recorrects, and then goes at full speed, scoops you up with one of the mechanized arms, and goes, "I think I know where they are. I've analyzed that code for years, and I think they're using an old one." Bully on them.
I'm actually going to kind of with like a fairly just unchanged expression. I'm just gonna look at them. I'd assume you're the Grandmaster then.
Nimlana, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Nemlana. So you are aware of this code then?
Been tracking all personal stuff within the organization for years.
This is good. I don't know why a 10-man Blackguard squadron has been
Basic procedure.
commandeered.
Security.
No,
002 does this all the time.
it's not basic procedure. Maybe for him. Regardless, we should inquire, I believe.
Uh, This is an auspicious time for them to undergo some sort of recruitment of Blackguard, but it's a perfect cover for something clandestine. We're going to have to make this quiet. And yes, I can be quiet as a prism cloak. Fills a bubble shield around you guys.
Very well, Grandmaster. I will trust your discretion.
You're going to have to.
So, where am I heading then? To Cody to make sure the Blackguard don't. Because I don't feel like I need to go to the command center now. Like, because it looks like the guy in charge. But the helm is where the gun to go, like, boom, is, right?
I think
Yes.
there's a separate firing control. Is there
Yeah,
a
There
separate
is.
firing
Center of the
control?
base, the helm is at the very top. The gun is too large to be anywhere near the helm. It has its own firing area, kind of like the Death Star.
And we're in control, or I just turn off via the emergency controls.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to enter into something interesting. So the you guys are going to enter. Let me put these things over here. Let me actually put a label on you guys. I actually want to approach this a little differently. Okay. So we're going to actually, when you reach the, it's a storage area with a high balcony in an L shape. You guys are going to be given a choice to, or at least you specifically, Liam, as you enter. There's a little blip at the top of the screen, and it kind of floats down in front of your vision. Play recorded conversation. Or yes or no.
This is an echo, I'm guessing.
Yes, somebody's got a full complement of shade tech.
It makes sense because the prism tech and the other stuff. It makes me think that this person is the Grandmaster of the Spectre department.
Well, somebody walked in with a full set of shade tech.
Oh.
A certain ogre. He's got a full set. It's very difficult to take off. It's very streamlined. If it fits under most armor, you can even wear it into Sims.
Yeah, I've got a full set hooked up into my armor that I never take off. It's concealed underneath it.
Yeah. So everyone sees shade tech echo found. Play recording.
Sure, run it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to play a little fun little narration for you guys. Let me just double check so I got all of the appropriate people. All right. All right. It starts in a hangar, and the entry point will be given in orange because there's a conversation that happens. Top left is where the conversation starts, and you see a particulates of a bunch of people kind of walk through. They're hazy. They're very difficult to figure out. With no prior data about them, the shade tech is unable to pick them up, but the conversation and the way they move their bodies is all recorded.
Which means it has a partial. They have a partial blocking method. Okay.
Right. So these people are labeled 1 through 5. Entities 1 through 5, because I have a written conversation.
Okay.
Conversation. Coming into the first room. Number 4. I highly detest this. You realize the risk 3 butts in. Your opinion is noted. We proceed. 4. We haven't had time to check the site. It's not secure. 3. Time frame has shifted. Act now or we cannot act. 7. Time, space, the mysteries of the universe. There's always things that we don't know and can't control. Let's just get this done, do it right, and get gone before, well, you know. 4 is silence, agent. This site is unsecure. You should know better. 7. Aye, sir. Apologies. 3. We have arrived. Prepare engagement. 7. Weapons hot then? 3. Negatory. 4. Just be ready, but be silent, agent. 7, 2, and 1. Silence. In the hangar. They have moved up at this point.
Was that conversation between the agents or the unknowns?
The unknowns.
Okay.
The Blackguard are all standing there completely silent. They standing at outward attention. They are not looking towards the hole in the middle.
Okay.
Where are their gazes towards? Are they just forward or
security? They're looking everywhere but the center of the room. They're looking for threats.
Okay. Even the lieutenant?
Yes, even the lieutenant. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In the hangar, part 2. Number 4. All right, we're here. Where are they? Number 3. We wait. They are present or will be. Number 7. Huh? Number 4. For someone who always comments about punctuality, I'm surprised we got here first. The others uncloak.
Oh, so this
Number 5. Let's get this done, yes? 4. Stealth tech. 7. Weapons drawn. Number 2. Weapons drawn. Number 1 pushes weapons down of 7 and 2. 4. Who the hell is that? This isn't part of the deal. Number 3. Minerva, unknown variable, proceed. 1. Introduce oneself. 6. Gestures and signs with hands. Number 1. Proceed then. 3. Affirmative. 4. That's simple. This is lunacy. I refuse to. 1, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 7, and 4 look at 1 through 3. 1, 2, 3, and 7 look at 4. Number 3. Commander, cease your protests. 1. Or others might lose faith in your commitment. 6. Makes additional signing and gestures. Number 6 has a very odd form. They have some sort of protective suit. They are humanoid, but they kind of have a bend in their back, kind of in and then out a little bit towards the neck. And they don't talk. They make almost sign gestures. They have a very weird profile that is very difficult to assess. They actually have the most jitter involving their form, next to 5. 3. We proceed or we miss this time frame. 5. Yes or no. 3. Or 1 and 3. Yes. A container via Leah appears, and a container via dimensional energy appears. 5. It's done then. We all need to make haste. 6. Gestures and signs a little faster. 5. We're behind schedule. Disappointing. 3. Time frame has shifted again. Alternate route enabled. Probabilities within tolerance. Proceed. 1. Proceed. 3. Confirmed. Decloaking in the corner. There is a massive blur signature that comes down to just the most unambiguous and least informative of all the bunch. But as if the computer really can't tell what the heck's going on. But there's jitters around a 4x4 space, just completely trying to pick up details, but resulted with a default person, which is very interesting. 11. Do I get an opinion? All guards shift weapon. All 1 through 10, and guards turn and point weapons. 11. Guards execute order, and then there's a. All guards shift weapons at 1 and 10. 5. Fascinating. 3. Time frame out of alignment, error, unknown variable. 12. So the Cabal is all together. 5. I thought we had an understanding. 12. Yes, I thought we did too. 4. You have no idea who you are messing with. 1. He knows. 3. No data on file. And then there's a about what file. Enabling. And then there is a large burst of static. 12. Let's stop. I'd like an explanation. 11. Time is ticking. Make it quick. And guns raise. 2. Gun winds up. 5. Holds up hands. This must not happen. Or this must happen. I'd prefer if you came with us for a proper explanation. Time is short. 3. Exigent time frame reached. Terminus imminent. 1. We're out of time. 5. Then I will arrange some for us. A rift opens and a space between them all. A rift opens in a space between them all. 5. Gestures for all to go in. Now or never. 1 through 5 rush in. 11 and 12 pause. The space station shakes and rumbles. Lights flicker. The floor jumps and twists. 11 grabs 12 and rushes into the portal rift. 5 through 9 walk in. The guards rush for the portal. 8 make it. 2 do not. The station is enveloped by a cataclysmic explosion. End of scenario.
Oh, certainly interesting.
So IQ has a recording of all the voices, correct?
Yes. There is another emergency error warning that comes up on your screen. Simulation of EX02 timeline for aim or the timeline and files error corruption of files detected. Exit simulation for restart.
Decline.
And the whole thing shifts and buckles. The data of the station is no longer correct.
There's nothing to work off of.
Revert instance. Intact.
Error
Last
reboot
data.
required.
Gentlemen, we've broke it.
Looks like this is going to be a time jump kind of thing. So going back to where we started.
We're about to have to Groundhog Day this shit.
Looks like her.
Let's do it.
Simulation unstable. Proceed.
Reset instance station existence to timestamp, and I'll give it a timestamp.
Copy.
Reset only station instance, not full sim.
Understood. Resetting. Error. Ejecting pilots. Warning.
Override.
You are all ejected. And as you guys are ejected, you hear pops and hissing from the terminals you guys were plugged into. Pilot safety in jeopardy. Force ejecting.
I didn't think you could force eject.
We learn something new every day.
Yeah, I thought with the EX sims, but you know, that's just new information, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So,
You guys,
Yeah.
the things open up, and the trainer kind of pokes his head out and leans his arms over. Well, I think break time. Come back in 6 hours. We'll have it fixed up, and we'll try again. It's our fault.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in 6. And the general just is like, looks up from his his very large data slate. Yes, I think 6 hours would be good. Back in 6 then.
I do have other things I need to do today.
Then do them in the 6 hours. You guys look up. 30 minutes has passed.
I was just gonna hop out and start like walking. I'm like, do.
Yeah, Luna's just gonna just saunter out like, whatever.
Nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone stick around or y'all leave?
You know what I am gonna do? Hey, Matt, you know what I am gonna do?
Mhm.
I'm going to drop the little spy bug that I have on the wall.
Okay, cool.
My little Sarabat one. Want me to roll a sleight of hand?
Yes, please.
And I'm going to actually slap a significant amount of boons on this because I know how bad my sleight of hand is. I'll do 4. Maybe I'll get away with it.
Okay. All right. And you make your way out. What about you,
Jackie will,
Ogre? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Jackie.
Jackie will salute to the H General and then say, "See you soon."
He gives a nod and acknowledgement.
Pretty much doing the same. Nyx is pissed.
Wonder how much hardware we just fried. That's not in
All of
character.
your terminals are smoking a little bit.
That's not in character, by the by. That's just me. Once we're out of earshot and I've secured us some secure communications, I'm just gonna kind of look at the rest of the team and be like, all right, what do you think? They here for the Thunderhead or their own purposes?
Half dozen one, 6 dozen the other.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The Shade Tech in your armor ogre has recorded the entire echo with perfect clarity.
Yep.
And all of the exigent data that also was attached to it, because the Shade Tech continually looks to fill in the missing pieces.
Yeah, that's why I
And
had
it-
to customize my armor to have additional power.
Right. So this one will constantly look for additional pieces, even if you provide it afterwards. If you find something that actually fits the mold, it'll automatically put it in, and if you play it again, it then fills it in with the new data.
All right. So, given the way things went, I'm thinking that there are actually 2 more investigators on that site. That is a great question. What is the name of that base?
GM.
That is Talos Station.
Talos. Okay. Talos, like from fucking Baldur's Gate, Skyrim. What the fuck is my brain today? Elder Scrolls. I know that it's not actually from that. That's not the point. Anywho, here's my thought. I'm thinking one of those figures that was giving orders to the Blackguard was definitely 002. I think that the one that arrived second uncloaked, I don't think that was.
One moment, I need to check my notes here. Where is it?
I'd hazard a guess that probably what's his name? Our dimensional friends, the
Vector.
guards there. No, not Vector, the
Voidwalkers.
Voidwalkers. I'm gonna hazard a guess that at least one of the Voidwalkers was probably present there, by the sounds of it.
I will negate both of those.
You don't think one was there?
I know none of the ones that we have seen were there, and 002 wasn't there because I have a direct scan of him prior to death, which is in the memory of the Shade Tech. If he was 002, it would have labeled him as such.
Oh, I don't think that was actually 002. I think that's who's pretending to be 002. But he might as well be 002 for as far as the systems are concerned.
Yeah. You can confirm that none of the Void Walkers were there because you have their data.
Yeah. So I know that it wasn't a Void Walker. Somebody else did that.
Would you guys like me to put you on the Shade Echo map?
Sure, if you want.
I mean, there's not a lot we can glean from it. I would like to put in. I would like to see if I can't pull up the info on the Thunderhead lieutenant that was there, though.
I will. I think Minerva might have been there.
No.
No.
Minerva was there. Minerva is character 1.
Oh, I thought it said missing variable. Like the unknown variable has caused some shit to.
Yep.
I mistook
Once you
that.
guys have
Okay.
put in Minerva's older data from her brain, it does fill in Minerva.
Yeah, because Minerva was said as a name there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was said differently, as in like, you know, things have changed because we have the unknown variable Minerva. I thought that's what I heard.
Yeah, apparently that meant that she was on site.
Interesting. Okay.
So she was there for that conversation.
So what is this cabal thing?
That's a great question. Matt,
Mhm.
first, I'm going to see if the Minerva that we have access to, the memory thing, has any memory of all this. If not, that gives us a few answers to a couple things.
No.
Also,
This part of the memory file was brutally purged first.
Okay, so whoever's pretending to be 002, our mysterious he, was definitely present. Because that's what got purged from her brain. Him and one other person that we can't identify.
I have an idea here.
Mhm.
Let's put it in the base commander's information into the Shade Tech.
Lilith?
Oh,
Yes. She was on the base. She made it off. How did she make it off?
we brought her on the base. I don't know if she was present on the
She was
base.
present on the base.
We didn't. I don't remember us checking to see if she was. I just remember us pulling her in.
No, she was present on the base before that, along with my master Zishi.
I mean, I've met them, so I can put their data in.
I think that if I'm remembering correctly, it wasn't they were on the base. It was that they were alive in this time period, so we were able to hijack their image for our purposes. I don't think that he was on.
I figured since we already had Lilith's data that she would have popped up already from the Shade Tech thing.
We have the data. The Shade Tech might not have it.
Yeah, I'm back.
Matt, answer a quick debate for us.
Yes.
Zishi and Lilith, they were not on the base during this event.
No, they were not.
Okay, because my notes said they were. So I was just curious.
That was the only persona that they could get that was accurately close to what
Jackie is.
Jackie is now, because there is no other recorded nano body at that time, at that era, other than Lilith. So to get the full power of the nano body, instead of being somebody else with completely different stats and size, he's like, I'll just be Lilith.
Okay. And Zishi wasn't on the base.
Nope.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what? I will feed into it the visual data of 014 just in case.
Yes, he is one of the 2 people who popped out second.
Very interesting. Was that what he looks like?
Yes.
I like his style. Okay. I'll run through the other Thunderhead / Stormfront agents that I have info on, like visual info on. I know it's not a lot, but I'll still put it in just to see.
So we know Leah, and we know Spectrum were making a deal, it seems. And these guys weren't in on it, correct?
It would seem. I don't know what it was. They had an agreement of some sort.
Here's a question, Blatt.
Mhm.
I have gotten visual data on 3 other Thunderhead agents.
Okay.
Because I've had meetings and video calls with them.
Mhm.
Are any of them present?
Who were they?
The 3 that were investigating me.
Mm-mm. No, there is no other recorded investigator here.
It was worth a shot because
Yeah, that's good
one of them
information. That
could have
means
been hidden.
Yeah, there's only 2 on site that you know of.
Which means the other one has to be the person wearing 002's thing. Like his ID.
Do you have any Spectrum data from the black box or the old 01 base that we could use here?
I mean, I'll pull up personnel files from that 01 base, Matt, and run the faces of the from the Spectrum hard drive we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you run through it. You have full access. It's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna
Have 6 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna take about an hour for it to really run through every single personnel.
There will be one face I will try to upload, and that is the Grandmaster. What was his name again?
Nimlana.
Nimlana.
Yes, that was one of the individuals you had the hardest time. The simulation had the hardest time putting together.
So he was present for this, and he was with 014.
Yes.
And they also picked you up, correct?
Yeah.
That's
This actually sparked the echo. This is what the echo kicked on because you 014 grouped up with Grandmaster Nimlana and went after the code, the Blackguard code, together, and that was enough of a shard for the echo to kick on because there was shade gear present because you actually performed something that happened.
very interesting. Very interesting. Matt, I will get that info on 014 from Widow now that I'm not trying to upload it anywhere.
Um,
I want to know what was on his computer system. I know Widow said he had it. I want to know what was on his computer system.
it's not safe to talk unless it's in person.
Yeah, there's one of her still in person that he's been
Okay.
ranting at, remember?
Okay.
They are commiserating over how much the enigmatic government is definitely shady.
Oh, he's gone right down the rabbit hole on this.
That
like,
Luna
right.
is going to be like, hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Can I get the files from of 014's?
Not
Please.
here.
Not even a physical transfer between me and you right here?
Oh, I wish I could. That'd be easy, but it's not here.
Where is it?
Back at home.
Oh, easy enough to make a trip. That's not a joke. Do you want? Well, would you be willing to retrieve if I got you over there?
How's your shooting arm?
How much of a pain in the ass it'll be?
We're raiding a Thunderhead node. It's an old one. Unsecure. Probably should be secured from the name of the Thunderhead itself, anyways.
Cool. Yeah, we'll handle it. Who's owns it currently? You know what I mean by own it.
That's the tough part. There's just Thunderhead agents on base, but they have non-standard armament. They have full gun complement, military vehicle, old stuff. Probably looks salvaged from the recycling center or AS recycling center.
We can work around that. Did I tell you I got an upgrade?
Mm-mm.
I got many upgrades.
Sure.
There's more than one of me now.
Well,
Terrifying, I know.
sure. But I'm guessing there's a significant problem if one of you dies.
No, but I also can't replace them. Really, I mean, I can replace them, but I don't have the parts to. That's the actual problem.
Mm. Well, at least as long as you think you know what you're doing.
Let's do some scouting.
Sure.
We'll leave that at that, because that's going to take a while, and that's going to take more than 6 hours to figure out.
Yes.
And the one on the Luna on Enigma will be working on that. That's a dead end then. Oh. Is Widow's Face in here?
Widow's Face is not one of the entities on the Shade Tech, but you do have his profile that you can upload to Shade Tech now.
I'm not going to. Well, I have to be able to check it, don't I?
Yes. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
well.
It'll pull up Widow if he ever is recorded with Shade Tech.
All right. I'm out of ideas for the moment. Other than running 051's face through this, just on the off chance.
No.
I didn't think so. All right, guys, thoughts?
We have voices, and we have people we know. We can go to those people and say, "Hey, do you recognize this person?" They'd be like, "Yeah, this is this person." And then we have a profile.
I have two other people that I can put through it first.
Okay.
The surreptitious agent and the Leotech that met me over the blue predator.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yes, actually, the surreptitious agent who met you over the Blue Predator is someone on the right side. Big get.
Oh yeah.
This guy never spoke during the
But
I'll
he
tell you.
did introduce himself to me. What was his? I've got his thing in my notes. Because I actually made note of that. One of the important people.
So-
No, he was Thunderhead Agent Director Jeremiah.
Yes.
not that guy. No,
Dr.
there was
Monyad?
that was the guy who met you at the restaurant. This is the guy who intercepted you at the as you brought it into into the hangar, the recovery hangar. He was the one who looked at it and saw through the cloth you had over it.
Oh.
Because we know Spectrum works with alien tech, so makes sense.
It's a good thing I've got special people working on that.
I did want to find out who the Thunderhead Lieutenant was here. Because there aren't a lot of Thunderhead Lieutenants.
Matterson. That's not hard to figure out.
Yep, I didn't think so. God.
I have an idea who one of them might be. And I really hope it's not
Well, run it and find out.
Grandmaster Shangri-La.
No.
Okay.
I didn't think so. Shangri-La hasn't left Enigma since Stormfront.
And
How about Skippy?
Nope. Kippy's not there. She's on the frontier on this timeline.
Okay. Ooh. What's the Major? Snips.
Nope. Major Snips is not here.
Didn't think so, but it's always worth checking, right?
Yes, it's always good for checking.
Oh, who's that person that makes the cybernetic bodies? What was his name? The one that worked on the nanotech. Who was in charge of the nanotech when we were taking apart that ace mech? What was his name?
Are
You
you
guys
talking about the technician?
No. The guy that was the in charge of
Oh,
taking
Ace? Archeo?
Archeo, yes.
Who's in charge of the Ace engineering and design?
Yeah.
Not there.
Okay.
There might
What
be
about
some
the-
aces though.
What
I thought to
about
ask about the Ace General?
yeah? What about not the aces? My question was some of the specialized techs that Archeo brought in with him for that dismantle.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you roll a int test and a perception test flat, because you're going through some files and there is some stuff. Because you can't remember, but if you look back through recordings, which you have access to, if you don't, well, Luna will get it for you.
And I recorded the entirety of taking that apart because I'm a robot.
All right, but hey, he's the one looking for it. If he asks you to look for it, you will be able to look for it yourself. But it's
So-
just base perception, base int.
You mean intelligence and int?
Perception and
Perception and int.
Oh,
It's not
Intelligence
awareness. Awareness
isn't.
got
Yeah.
this. Okay. Oh my gosh, nice job. All right, there is one person in the corner, some sort of robotic cyborg. They're blurred out even on the cameras, but they fit the profile of the person next to Minerva. Voice 3, actually.
so as he's looking up and going through the data, he's just like, "Oi, I got another one." Voice 3.
It's a partial. It's a partial. It's not confirmed. It is a 55% match, which is why it was brought up at all. But they're blurred even on Thunderhead cameras.
Can I try to clean that up?
You sure can. That requires you to do a nasty chiropractic dive and undo a blurring agent program.
Which you want me to roll here?
I'm gonna have you roll your full suite of chiropractor rolls.
Cool. I'll go full fucking heavy mode on this. I've got, what was it? Plus 80, or I should say 8 extra naturals once I have them in full mode, right?
Mhm.
So that was computer code.
Well, do you want to activate
Security.
your double? Because you have 4, but you have the ability to double your.
I'm dumping everything on. Well, right now, I'm going to see if I can get through this with what I've got.
Okay, great.
That's my security, and the last one is tech use.
Okay. I'll make some private rolls. Oh.
I mean, that's a
Computer
pretty
code is really wonky. It's hard to look at. It's really messy. Or is it? You're in the right area. You're in the right quadrant for this. It took you.
So it's my computer code that failed on this.
Yes, your computer. You're looking at it. And you're like,
One
who the
more roll
fuck
then?
wrote that?
I'm doing my double shit on this.
I know.
Did
All
that
right.
get me? Or do you need me to re-roll the whole batch?
Yeah, no, you got it this time.
Okay.
Okay. This is a program itself that you're looking at, not the actual thing. It's a smokescreen. It's called Scrambler Code. Oh, this is tricky. This is some A grade, even potentially S grade. If it was a higher tier, you wouldn't have been able to figure it out. This takes the idea of the Milo firewall and removes Milo from it, but adds the random hazy "the fuck is am I looking at" element to it. It blurs. It's a smokescreen that blurs what's behind it,
All right.
which is really dangerous because there could be a nasty defense program, and if you just poke through it, you're gonna get hit instantly by this defense program if there is one.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But using your scanner, now that you understand what you're looking at, you now have yourself a level 5 scrambler program.
All right, level 5 scrambler program. I'll write that
Yep.
down. I mean, I'm going in to try to find out what we're dealing with, so
You have to disperse the scrambler, or you can poke look into the file, or try to look past the smoke screen. You don't know what's behind it.
I'll take a peek. My curiosity is piqued, and I'll first run my
You want to go in with golden rings?
um. I am first and foremost running my decode now that I've broken the scrambler itself,
Ooh.
because that doesn't activate security.
Oh, do you want to turn off the scrambler?
Well, okay. My decode program
Mhm.
can open files from a distance. It does not trigger security.
The scrambler actually makes it messy. That's why it's really good. This is a program that'll be very useful for you for a long time, because the scrambler also messes up scanning. Period. That's why you can't look through it.
Even with a tier 11 versus its tier 5.
That's its only purpose. It obfuscates so well that all you have
Okay.
to do is get past the scrambler wall. It does not stop it.
I'll do my stealth and I'll go in.
Okay. There is one defense program. It's actively looking out. I will roll
Let
against
me
you.
make-
Go ahead and roll your stealth.
And this is based off of my int when I'm in here.
Okay.
Not that it wants to let me roll on. I'm going to have to just roll it as a D100. Or just an int test, really, because I only have the baseline of it anyway. So, boom. And
Okay.
with my thing, they get a minus 110 to locate me.
Okay. It is alert to your direction, but you actually know that's because they have a link program system. So the moment you breach the wall, they get a notification that the wall was breached, exactly where. But the program looks around like, the fuck?
I'm static on static.
Yeah, it kind of looks around, scours the entire of the bubble that it's in. That's a level 6 kill program.
Oh, that's
Not a defender, not an attacker. It's an assassin.
That's not bad.
This is a black program. This is a brain spike.
I'm gonna let it. I'll wait. Let it do its thing for a bit before I try doing anything.
Ogre,
it goes
can you
back
mute
to-
yourself, please?
Sorry.
Yeah, it goes back to patrol status and alert status after running through all of its decision matrices.
Cool.
Not very bright. Very lethal, but not bright.
I'll stay out of its line of attention, more or less, and start getting into the files, basically behind it.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, no, and I'll quietly clear out access data.
Yeah, once
every
you're
time I do it.
inside the bubble, your remote invisible scanner works immediately.
I'm going to be clearing out access data every time I access them too, so I don't want them to be able to track me on that either.
Okay, so there are 2 programs running. There is a Rolling Thunder program running. It is a tier 12. and there is a level 3 program called Haze. Haze you could pick up. The tier 12 you're looking at and going, You've heard this name before, actually.
Well, I'm
You've
not
heard the name of this. You actually heard this name before. It was when because you are a robot, you have perfect memory. This was when you went searching for Stormfront on this base, and you remember the Hall of Orbs when you got
Mhm.
all the way down? One of the orb files was called Rolling Thunder.
I was trying to actually see the information in here because I was looking for that.
Yeah.
ID information and
Once you
stuff.
push the Haze file away, you can look through the camera again to see without the Haze program running.
Okay.
It is mysterious unit number 3. Since you are a regent, you are one of 2 people who can look up this person.
One's the investigator general.
And the other is you.
Oh, I thought you meant there was 3 of us total. No, there's 2 of us total. Copy.
Yes. This individual is called Entity 404.
Oh, so if I had put in an official request, I actually could have gotten his fucking info.
Yes, but
Interesting.
an official request is official, which means...
Yeah, no, I know. That's just interesting. That's all. Cool. I almost want to steal some shit on the way out, but I don't have Greedy Loot Goblin anymore, so I'm not going to. 'Cause that'd be too
You can
suspicious.
take the Haze level 3 program. It's not very strong.
I can upgrade it. I'll split off a copy of it. How about
It's not
that?
that it's not strong. It's the other program that's making it stick.
The Rolling Thunder?
Mm-hmm. Thunderhead makes sure that all of his cameras do not have programs like these on there. He purposely goes through himself and his agents and his other chiropractors and other net divers. They go through and remove programs just like this program, the Haze.
Well, for now, I'm just going to split off a copy of it because I'm going to leave the one that's here.
Okay.
Though I kind of want to purge it because it's kind of my job.
Yeah, no, this would definitely be a purge.
This is not supposed to be here, right?
No, this should have been purged a while ago.
Okay, then I will just remove it. I know that's probably going to flag something potentially, but
okay.
she's got her loyalties.
Then you got a level 5 scrambler or a scramble program. Then you have a
Level 3 haze.
Level 3 haze. You will get a level 6 black spike because you have to fight that to the death. And I know it's not up to tier to fight you.
No,
because it's an assassin.
A tier 6 assassin could hurt me if I didn't know it was there.
Yes. So
Wait, do I have this program already?
You do not have a black spike.
No, I had a different assassin program.
You had a black hammer.
No, I had a spider assassin program that I took out and stole because I'm a troll like that. It was what tier was it? 5?
This is 6. The black spike.
Cool. And the Rolling Thunder. I mean,
you can partition it and take it out in a file, but your tier 11 is like official. I have problems scanning that.
The Rolling Thunder. That's an official program, isn't it?
You think so? Just because you saw it in his files, you don't know the purpose of it being in the files, like of the Stormfront. You never asked him about it.
I'm so heavily leaning towards fuck it right now.
You can partition it safely on a data drive, but you're not going to be able to analyze it.
I'll take it with me.
Okay. You cleaned up that partition, and the Thunderhead kind of looks over like, "Oh, huh, good find, man, pesky bugs," and then
It
goes about
was.
his business.
I do inform it was a haze program, so he knows what it was that was doing it.
Yeah, I was looking to try and get rid of that. I couldn't find it for the life of me.
Found it, boss.
Good job.
And I'll just.
Thank you.
I fuck off, Matt.
Okay.
Okay. So I come back with that data. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know what this thing entity 404 is, guys, but here you go. I've got another face. And I know how to take out these programs that are hiding faces if we find any more.
Fair enough.
In fact, that's a really neat combo they did there. They hide a super program, like a quantum program, pair it with a weak program just to do its job, protect it with a dual linked obfuscation program and a kill program. Like, that's some really efficient stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. In fact, if you're a really good programmer, you can deploy it all in one suite. Like you have a drive, you plug it in, go to the file you want to install this on, it installs all 4 programs, and then you're good. It's about a 3-minute ordeal. Mostly because the level 12 takes 3 minutes to install.
Guys, can you think of anything else? Can you guys think of anything else that you want me to hit before? Because I gotta leave.
I honestly can't think of anything.
Shangri-La, maybe ask him if he recognizes any voices. Possibly E as well.
I'll ask E because she's more readily available. Shangri-La, I'd have to send a me to go ask. I can, but I'd have to send them to physically to go ask. I'll have somebody ask E though.
E kind of rolls her eyes like she does and kind of runs her tongue across her teeth. I know some of these voices. That number 6, voice 6. Oh, recording 6. That's an alien.
Knew there was going to be one in the group.
The Shade Tech can't pick it up because aliens are psionic. Shade Tech can't pick up psionic communication, but the gestures there, that's their sign language. That's their deal with primitive species communication.
Cool.
I picked that up from our other ambassador. I can't tell you who it is, but it's definitely an alien.
All right. Could you change that one to unknown alien instead of question marks then?
Yes, I can.
So we
Are
can
they a
keep track.
gray?
No, it's the enemy. They said because it's the psionic
Hmm.
one. It's not the Greys. The Greys wouldn't deign to come down low enough to talk to us.
You never know.
So
Cool.
it's this group was the first, and then this group came in after, right?
Decloaked, I think.
Yeah. And the trade-off between this guy and this group. I think that's how that went.
Cool.
I do know those two.
Yeah.
9 and 10. Those are ancient guards. Those are Star Slab guards. They used to help. They used them to keep me in line. I remember them. Their silhouette is almost impossible to miss.
All right. So guards. I presume that means that they were made of star slab by the sound of it.
Their armor was the most
Typical.
powerful power armor ever built. Because
And
you
probably
needed
the
it.
heaviest.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on the other 3 though.
Give me a moment.
She's rolling memory tests. Maybe I will send a me to go talk to Shangri-La. Yeah, they're not too busy. They were going to start going with Widow to go look into that.
No, that's as much as I can help you with. I'm sorry, apprentice.
It's fine. Do you think it'll be worth my time to ask the other one?
Always.
Alright.
Maybe even Ezekiel. I know he's new, but he's ancient. Well, part
I'm,
of him is ancient.
I'm going to try to hold off. Actually, if I play one of the voices, he might get pissed and yell about it without even asking for anything.
You know your enemy. Or at least you know the man. Or whatever he is. You know the god. I think that's the term he prefers.
I don't give a shit what term he prefers. Yeah, Matt. Let's see if we can piss. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna ask Fingerloff first. We're gonna ask Fingerloff first. I'm gonna send the me that's on Enigma there, knowing full well that means that me is going to be stuck with Shangri-La for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'm gonna have to send somebody else to go with Widow on that node. I'll deal with it. Later. For now, Shangri-La, like the other me will go to Shangri-La. On the quiet from the outside. I know that there's not a lot of spying going on the inside of Shangri-La's base, but I want to keep it quiet on the entrance. You know what I mean?
They always do this. It's always creepy. They go about their business in the room as you creep in, and then they always set a drink or a piece of food in front of you
Mm-hmm.
and go, "What do I owe the pleasure?" And it's like, how do you do that?
Is this a Shangri-La doing it?
Yes.
Then no, I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form. I mean, like, hello, master, I guess.
Hmm.
I have a question. An
I
inquiry.
might have some answers.
I have some voices I'm trying to identify.
Dangerous.
Yes, very.
Well, at least you know.
I've gotten, I'd say, about somewhere around 50%.
Dangerous,
Yeah.
as we have already agreed upon.
I have 3 that I'm having difficulty with. Are you familiar with Talos Station?
Talos Station, yes, I am familiar. That was a fiasco I had to clean up after, personally.
Great. I've got some voices from that. I was hoping you might be able to help me identify.
Sure.
And I'll run the voices. Including Mysterious He's, because fuck that guy. Our potential 002. Or the one wearing 002's
She
coat.
points at the mysterious agent. I know that one. I've worked with him before. That's Thunderhead Agent 9102.
Alright.
Personal lackey. Just specific individuals I refuse to talk about.
Understood.
He is a problem solver. The best thing you can have happen is he conversates with you. If he sent after you and he doesn't talk to you, that means you're dead. Or dealt with.
Encouraging.
It's not.
I meant that sarcastically.
Oh, sorry. Didn't pick that up.
We have a name for that one.
Number 2. I think I recognize that one. That's Nike. She's from the Leah Soldier program. That one, unfortunately, is that program no longer exists. I was actually surprised that the Leah generator, the Leah Soul Generator program, persisted so long as it did next to the Leah Soldier program. But I suppose the generators were more important. It was taking a Leah Soul and breaking them down and infusing them into a soldier who is Leah enabled, basically making them a Leah power conduit. It was about as grotesque a program as the animatronic Boldred's site was. Not a lot of people had the stomach for it, but
And the other
when
two?
you were,
This is Liam being very short on time, Matt.
I know. I don't know that voice number 4, but it kind of tickles my mind. I don't. Probably wouldn't be too hard to find him with a personality like that and a silhouette. Ooh, I know that one. And she points at 6. That's Ambassador Pygu. We've conversated before. She has a very mellow effect.
The alien?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, we were expecting that one to remain unnamed. Kind of like, well, I've labeled him 002, but we all know he's not.
I don't know who that is. It's not 002. Tell you that.
Oh, I know. We have his face. He got killed on the Spectrum base, number 1.
That puts a lot of
Yep.
answers to a lot of the. It's a puzzle piece. Interesting.
It's a puzzle piece, alright, and not one I like.
I can't tell you about 7 or 4. I apologize.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I've already passed that on. Let's have tea.
Sure. I would very much enjoy that.
Well, I have been a bad student and haven't come to visit you yet. So, here we are.
All right. Thank you, Liam. We will see you next time.
I will probably be on later tonight.
As will I. Because we need to go over some stuff. But have a
Yes,
great night. Have a good dinner.
Yes, I might be back in time to play some more later, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
So, thank you for letting Liam have his last little moments before he had to leave. Answers have been gotten. And oddly enough, on your Shade Tech, Ogre, the alien through their entire profile comes up.
Oh,
with a name.
Ambassador
Pygu.
Pygu?
Mhm.
Interesting.
Or Paugu, yeah. How would it? Yeah, Paugu, sorry.
We just need to hit the Leah aspects and figure out who the next 2 people are, and we should be all set.
Right? Oh. Sorry, I haven't been able to help much. After the fuckery with my computer, I have been stressing to high heaven, and now that I've finally come off of it, I've got that stress headache.
You got your computer running?
Yeah, I'm on my computer. The first motherboard we got was DOA.
Yep.
Sent it back. The second motherboard that we ordered as a backup just in case is working just fine.
Okay. What's the plan? 3 people left.
2 people left.
I think you're gonna have to go on your contacts, Cody, figure out who the last 2 people are.
Probably. I'm gonna go to my master's room. I'm
Okay.
not gonna wake them up first, though.
Yep. They are actually floating above their bed in kind of a cross-legged Zen stance. And there are, power fluctuations, but it's kind of a pulse, and each pulse is thoughtfully examined in meditation.
Yeah.
So your master's awake, but deep in meditative stance. It's a good transition.
Good. Cody is gonna kind of sneak in and over to her computer and just start, typing away to see what she has access to. Especially since we know who Soldier Nike is. We're going to see if we
On
can
her official computer, she has less access than you do.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This is the official Thunderhead computer.
Fair enough. We're actually going to go into her personal, because I know she left me a bunch of her personal stuff.
You have kind of do that face palm. You slap your forehead like, duh. And you go over to one of the walls, and you have to use Leah to remove and slide over the wall panel, and there is a computer behind it. You either literally Leah your way in, or you use oxyacetylene to get in to the computer by cutting away the panel. It's just a small little laptop in a little alcove.
And I'm just going to turn it on.
This is actually a fun little. This is a Leah-enabled laptop. There is no charging available, and there's no internet connection built in. You have to do it as a Leah practitioner. You basically plug your finger in for a short bit, charge up the battery, and then when you link into it, you actually connect as the router yourself to the computer.
Okay.
You're not a full Leah soul, so what you need to do is you literally plug into the Ethernet port or the internet port via your suit, and then you establish a connection with the computer.
Yeah.
But you cannot charge this computer in conventional means.
But charge it we shall. I'm just going to start going through her files, see if there's any. Because the Leah souls were around at this time. Let's see if I can find anything regarding Soldier Nike. Or Talos base, actually.
I'll have you roll 2 logic tests.
Mm.
2 logic.
Yikes.
Oh, there we go.
Which one's which? Which one's
One
which? Which one's for which question?
The one is involving Soldier Nike. I guess the 10 would be in here if there's any of these voices are compatible to any sound bites she has on the computer regarding information of people she's found in your personal files.
Okay. Leah Soldier Nike is the last surviving Leah Soldier, period. All others have perished, either by self-immolation, because they couldn't control their abilities and they lit themselves on fire, self-Leah dispersion, because they couldn't control the Leah power and they were dispersed into Leah. This is the only successful super soldier. Status unknown. Location unknown. Capabilities. This is the first time you get a guesstimate of what they can do. They're able to eat and control and devour Leah and turn it into a weapon. And that includes other Leah souls and generators. They are your primary predator. This person, if you ever come across them, if you use Leah against them, you permanently lose parts of yourself. And they will passively eat away at you. Kind of like, you know how E preys on other cultivators? This is Nike preys on other Leah people, and just Leah in general. Kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Anything she devours, she gains the knowledge of, and is probably the most powerful Leah user ever. Because of how many souls she's devoured, and how much knowledge she's accumulated. That was before Phazon Soul happened, but who knows?
Yeah.
You'd have to use Phazon against her. Other Leah would be too weak. She'd be immune.
Mm,
Not good.
right? Not so. Don't fuck with.
Talos Station. Um, it's a mess. You pull up way too much info. This is a lot of after action reports, a lot of things that Zishi has pulled together herself over a long period of time.
Hmm.
It's a lot of puzzle pieces that don't just fit together too yet. Like where it should fit in the picture of the story, but there's no adjacent or joined pieces to fit it with other pieces.
Okay.
This looks like she's been at this for about 50 years trying to put this back together ever since it exploded. Yeah. She's been trying to figure it out ever since. You do get one guy going through it. There is voice 7, the flippant kind, the kind of flippant guy,
Mhm.
The reason why it was pulled up is because there are maybe a total of 10 Blackguard captains in existence.
Mhm.
One of them was present. That is Blackguard Captain Jarden. Homer. There. Bloop. To left.
Mm. Cody's gonna close the laptop and sit across from his master and meditate. See if you can try and contact her without waking her up.
It's like pulsations from a star. It is not safe to be in this room for too long.
Fair. One final thing. Going to look through the computer again to see if Thunderhead owes her any favors.
Those are many favors, but she has to personally redeem them herself.
I know. I know my master wakes up on occasions, correct?
Intermittently and randomly.
Okay. Cody is going to I want to leave her a message written in Leah. So that's why only she can see it.
Wouldn't
For
the
her.
dispersions from her star kind of disrupt that, though?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a way of trying to talk to her without waking her up.
Might just leave her a note.
I'm sorry, I don't have any paper.
I can get you some paper.
Wait, that's not true. I have a lot of paper. I have a manual. One sec. Take the manual, rip the paper out.
Then you can write it in Leah, and it just burn mark out. But it's like writing in a burning pen.
Right? Rip out a piece of paper and write on it. And one of the blank spaces. I found the answer to the Leah generator. Just fold it there and put it in her laptop and put it back.
Okay.
And then leave the room very quickly.
Put the panel back.
We put the panel back. Yep.
Okay. 2 guys left.
Do you think we should ask
So it's
the
4 and
base?
5 are the people you're missing.
I feel like we should ask the base commander here.
Okay. Um. Ugh. I'm gonna save and refresh because it's getting slow for me. Boop. Johnny's also muted, so he is not going to be helpful because he's dead.
I heard my name.
Ah,
You asked me what I was doing. I didn't
I
have my
said we
okay.
should
headphone
talk.
on.
I said we should talk to the base commander.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty simple ask. I was going to do it anyway, which is why I told Liam to do the same. So yeah, especially if I only need that word, that soundbite should be pretty good. Pretty good. So I got some time. I might as well go talk to the base commander. We can do personal stuff at a different time.
No, you can go talk to the base commander.
Yeah, that's group wise. Me going to talk to the base commander. It's not personal stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, I got some questions. First question is, why the hell the ACE program has all for data? This data.
Very simple, Jackie. Very simple. I had to seek Archeo's help at one point. I pioneered the nano body, the nano path. But that doesn't mean it was safe, simple. And I was kind of reaching into the dark, so they assisted me. But such things came at a cost. Always do.
Can we go into the cultivation chamber for a bit? I need to
Okay.
talk to you about some things. Some new information has come to my attention.
Mm. Talos Station Echo should be available for you guys.
Cool. So the first thing that I'm going to do once we get into the chamber and everything's locked down, blah blah blah. I'm going to play the recording of the person we're missing.
I know that voice anywhere. If I could get my hands on him, he would be removed from office permanently.
Is he enigmatic type or Leah type?
Enigmatic type. He's one of the most narcissistic individuals I've ever come across, which is something that I think the Thunderhead tried to breed out of people. Didn't stick with that one. That is a Commander Lidros, or Libros. He is a scum. I'm just going to call him scum and leave it at that. Do flip, bloop, bloop. Boom. Commander Libros. He is second in command, or was, at Talos Station. He was always vying for the head position, but since he couldn't get it himself, he sought other means of power. I'm not entirely sure which groups he went to, but I do know he made quite a few friends with a few investigators, and particularly tried to make as many friends among the Navy as he could. Darker channels, black markets too. He has, if I remember correctly from my files that I have about him, he actually has certain contacts in the Arcane War, and is one of the few individuals who can get their hands on mana weapons. Not a good sign if this individual is part of something. Do you know what the most difficult balance of energies that we've come across?
Chaos and mana.
No. Chaos and Phazon. Or near
Ah.
Phazon state. Sorry,
Right.
mana and Phazon.
To mana and
When
Phazon.
mana comes
Okay.
in contact with Phazon or near Phazon Leah, it explodes. It is one of the only things that will actually disperse and destroy mana particles. But in the process, every single mana particle explodes with the power of a gigaton.
So don't put those two things together.
No.
Got it.
No. And if he's involved, and this is involving your simulation, that means he was directly responsible for, to providing the mana that was used to sabotage the main weapon to cause the cataclysmic explosion and the complete annihilation of not only the base, but all the surrounding defenses in the fleets. It would have to be a half or a quarter of a solar system size explosion to knock out both fleets too, and all of the local defenses. He is a warlord, not a commander. He is one of the few arms dealers that's still going around. I don't know why Thunderhead hasn't taken him out, but he's made a lot of very powerful friends. If you see him, either kill him or capture him for interrogation, preferably the second one. But if you know he's going to get away, kill him on the spot.
And he's still around there.
Guarantee it. He's one of the smartest cockroaches, persistent and enduring cockroaches I've ever come across. Refuses to stay down and die. Always knows just the right bolt hole or just the right person to go to. His survival instincts are probably his best asset.
There's definitely been some disturbing things that we found in this simulation that we weren't expecting to find. Well, they also put us into a death trap to begin with, so
No,
it's interesting to
chose
see.
EX sims. They're death traps to begin with.
Yes, but making us explode from the Talon base eventually. It just seems like
Who's to say they wouldn't have logged you out
I don't
before
know.
the explosion hit?
I don't know.
If they had harmed you, or if you had become completely cross with them because they have hurt those who you consider your friends or your squad, they would have had to deal with me.
I know. I was
And
going
they're
to let
on
that
base.
happen.
They're on base, and they're not leaving without my permission. And if they do something to you or to your friends, and you push about it, then I'd go to war with the Ace Department for you. I'd make sure that the Ace General is thrown into the brig and his compatriots either arrested or killed.
I just wanted to let you know that there's something going on.
Oh,
Something
there's always
bigger.
something going on.
I'm surprised they want to learn it from us, but maybe we're just the wild cards. They need to try to figure out what's going on with the
That's fair.
base.
You collectively, as in you all, have risen to power rather rapidly, and you haven't built extenuating alliances and or had enough time to travel the stars to make friends and deals along the way. They've been able to track your progress on base exclusively, and they're willing to make that risk. It's a good play from the Ace Department. It's a great play. But it's a risky play because some of you have made connections, and if something does happen to any of you, well, they know what the other side of the sword looks like. So, hope they know what they're doing.
Hmm.
Because, ironically, the ACE program has the highest standards. So I expect the best from them. So if something accidental were to happen, they have no excuse because they're the best and they expect the best. And that applies to every single member under their staff. Every single member of that organization. So if they fuck up, well, I have plenty of excuses to do whatever the hell I want.
All right. Thank you, Lilith. I just needed to talk to you about this because I don't know, we have some time before we go back in, and we're trying to get as much information as we can.
Oh, it's not done?
No, it's not.
I thought they were going to put you through the ringer.
They did, but there was an error that appeared, so they had to reevaluate and reconfigure.
Very dangerous. All right. I know a couple things about simulations. If you had an error, you probably pursued a different path and interfered with some things.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
means the simulation is most likely having problems keeping up with you. The only way you're going to get through EX2 is if you actually play it the way they want you to play it. Go fight in the fight. And then pray they have a net to catch you with, because if they don't, well, I'm going to strangle them with it.
Right.
So if the blast, and when the blast goes off, do whatever you can as a pilot to see if you can get out of the way or whatever you can do. But if you do end up dying to the blast, they probably have some sort of safety fallout catch for you. An emergency desync.
Right.
Or at least pulls you from the scenario and puts you in the safe room. So they're not that dumb. They are fishing, and they are not very elegant about it.
That's okay. We're being elegant about our situation. If they want to put us through it, we'll just, do the same for them. The trick is not to look like we're cheating.
Hmm.
But maybe they don't care. But they probably do. Who knows?
Do find out the rest of the bits of the missing conversation. Looking at the transcript, looks like you got all the names of people, but if you look through the transcript, there are missing blurbs, which could be very important. So if you want a full transcript, find out the whole of what's going on and maybe find some more things, then you need to finish the conversation. So good luck. Looks like you only you said you're going back to The Sims. How much time you got?
This would have been the first hour, I suppose. So we got 5 hours left.
Good luck.
I appreciate it. Matt, well, I got you. Cultivation during the the hot sim. We never went over any of that.
Mm-hmm.
If I got any external potential or not.
You got one for each kill.
I wasn't even thinking we would get ones from kills. I was just thinking the ones when we had the downtime. I was cultivating during the the downtime we had. But okay, all right. One for each kill.
You'll have to go back, but
Because I was gonna say there wasn't much. It was just the elites that I got.
yeah, next session I'll have you get your collective rewards for EX1.
Okay.
But I wanted to prepare for this little thing I built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Like a little bit.
I'm interested to see what's in these boxes.
Mm-hmm. So you guys have some missing text in the Shade replay, or the Shade Echo. And you guys have no idea who number 5 is, and you guys do not know what's in the boxes. But you've found out everyone else. All the other participants, which is pretty good.
I was thinking you could also, because this happened at the end of the scenario, if we do stuff on the beginning of the scenario and figure out what these guys are doing, because it seemed like there's 2 groups, right? So if they were on base, we know Entities 404 is probably using the exact same program for Thunderhead. So we could probably shut that off while we're in the scenario.
Maybe.
These guys, Star Shield or Star Slab armor, must have a pretty unique signature.
They definitely do.
A. The Blackguard captain might have been the one that used that personal code to get these guys to do their thing.
Pretty good.
These guys were all together, and then these chests popped up. Why didn't they include Investigator 014? And why are the Iron-Eaters trying to kill this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone you want to talk to? Because you guys are pulling info together. The Shade Echo is coming together rather well.
The only person I know of that might have some connections would be the Baroness.
All right.
Yep. You know, it'd be pretty cheeky. If you took Cody and yourself, got some spacesuits on, went to Talos Station, its original position, and looked for some echoes.
I mean, I tweaked out my armor so it functions as a spacesuit, even though it's rather crap for armor.
The way I
problem-
understand Shade Tech is that it takes metadata from either A, the dimensional surroundings because they have dimensional energy, or it's because of metadata from the Thunderhead.
I think it's a bit of both. But, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I'm just nervous that a massive Leah cannon detonating might have caused some other issues in the area. That would be something for Cody to check in on before we did that jump to see if there's any known issues with Leah transit in that region.
There is no permitted Leah transit within the star system. You have to enter outside the star system a significant ways and then travel in normally.
Might
I
take some
have
time.
a question. What was
Mhm.
that in my master's folder on it?
Yes.
Did you see why that was a thing?
The star itself was a problem. The explosion made the star unstable. It also permanently infused the entirety of the star with Leah. There are Leah fluctuations so bad that it'll tear you apart like blades. And if you try and come in with a Leah shift, it will disperse you permanently. You will never have a chance to come back, and that applies to Leah souls.
So I'm hearing is we need to go back in
Unfixed.
time. We need to go back. Go back.
Also,
Yeah.
probably another reason why they never completed the program for the replacement for the Leah generators and the
So there's no
sacrifice of the
star.
Leah souls,
Right.
because the star is corrupt now. They can't get close to it.
All right, Cody, we got a new goal for you. We need to uncorrupt the planet. I mean, the star, with your power and your responsibility. I believe you can do it.
Hmm.
They
I'll be with
believe in
you
you,
every
Cody.
step. I'll be with you every step.
He'll
You'll
be
be
with
with
you every
me.
step. Jackie's your shield, remember?
Yeah. Jack is my shield. You're coming with me then.
I'll face tank it.
How badly do I think I'll be if I go there?
It would be very dangerous for anyone to go there. And the amount of time it would take to make the Leah jump and then fly in, you would be takes about 3 months to fly in from the apex of the system, where it's at least you can make a jump to, and then you got to fly in normally because you can't use Leah shift.
I have ideas.
It's okay. While you guys do this, I'm gonna go grab a bite, I think.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can't do that. 'Cause it takes 3 months just to get in there.
No, I didn't mean that. I mean
Ah.
do this as in speak, talk, discuss.
Okay.
Which you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon.
No worries. With that plan thing that we can look into later, one thing I'm thinking I'm going to be doing
Sure.
is, like I said, heading to the Baroness, because with her connections and network, she may know the missing two.
There's only one missing person, and that's the mysterious he.
Ah,
Also,
right.
O2. It's the what's in the crates and what's in the
Right.
what's in the missing text.
Sorry, brain is just kind of fucked right now.
I mean,
Trying,
if you'd
but
like,
it's hard.
once we do your bit, we can do a couple more bits with the other two, and then we can just quit from there. It doesn't have to be a long session.
I would be immensely grateful. I've dosed up on Excedrin, but my migraine is just getting worse.
Okay. Well, then we can take a break, and hell, maybe you can pop on later tonight and you can finish your vignette if you're feeling better.
That would be amazing. If
Alright.
we can do my thing with the Baroness, I'm gonna go after that. I'm gonna go and try and pass out for a bit.
Okay. Baroness will look up. Looks like you've seen a ghost.
A couple about 2 dozen, to be exact.
I have drugs for that.
Oh no, these are echoes.
Playing with fancy tech again. Fun.
Yeah, actually, I was wondering, since you are the most connected person I know besides myself. Yes. The brown nosing and self-patting is great with me.
Well, you did well, and then you ruined it at the end.
I had to. I can't spoil you. I do that
Yes,
enough
you
with the
absolutely
booze.
can. You refuse to, though.
I do
Shame.
not. I spoil you with booze, not flattery. One is more valuable
Flattery
than the
gets you
other.
everywhere, and yes, booze is fine, but you could do so much more. Thoughts for
Fine.
next time?
Fine. I will plan for it. But do you recognize this voice? Or individual?
Don't say I do. Sounds very generic, almost. I mean, with
Yeah.
26 billion people on Enigma, and almost as many in space.
Yeah. This is one of those particularly influential people of the Thunderhead that's not who he's supposed to be.
That just means he knows how to play the game better than you, better than most.
Mm-hmm.
So
Otherwise, can you piece anything together from these crates and text?
packaging is definitely a specialty of mine. Transportation, especially trying to get
Mm-hmm.
goods from specific places.
Yeah, this is a rather high echelon deal.
Mm. That large crate there,
The orange or the white one? Out of
or the white
character.
one.
Okay.
The other one's thinner.
Mm-hmm.
I've used that type of box before to transport a person. That one particularly has an internal battery set. It's usually you transport a something that has an expiration date or needs to be kept under
Some
very specific conditions. An environmentally sealed unit that has its own power source and stasis field, internal stasis field.
Mm-hmm.
We call it a tomb or a coffin. Anything that goes in the coffin, you're stuck into the coffin until something lets you out or opens up the crate. It's a good way to transport people. That's just my darker view. Because those are bloody expensive unless you're moving stuff like on my beautiful stasis table, which would be exactly what you would use that for as well. The stuff would need to be maintained at such perfect state that the contents within are so dangerous that if you don't have that particular extremely rare model, then you wouldn't be using it in the first place. You see, there's only about 1,000 of those ever made because they use prism technology to create
Mm-hmm.
the stasis field. It's the most rudimentary, original formula of prism, which
But it,
technically doesn't make it prism, but it was the first try. But it was a complete, huge success.
which means they may be trackable.
Oh, they're very trackable. They're all numbered. If you really, really good, you might be able to get the serial number off the side of it. Unless they scratched it out. But I don't think they will because they would want to track it themselves. A coffin without a serial number disappears. And when the battery runs out on that device, it could be cataclysmic. Like some of the stuff on my table. If that were
Mm-hmm.
ever to lose stasis and then denature, well, the space would be permanently in quarantine forever.
Planet would be.
I have significant defenses and quarantine ability on this. We would most likely collapse the base, or not the base, the lab X. We would.
No,
It
I
would
I recognize and believe that, but I know that there's some more of that lunar water in another location.
bring it here so that if it needs to be destroyed, we can destroy it with the rest.
I
That will
believe,
clear a station, by the way.
yeah, that I believe would be a difficulty, as if I remember right, it's in the hands of one of the Thunderhead agents.
Oh, joy.
Mm-hmm.
Or in this case, no joy.
Yeah, it was one of the things I made a point of not knowing of.
Good play.
But, thank you. That is very important.
Hmm.
I-
The
If-
other container.
Yeah, if it helps, I know time and place that this happened.
The less details are given, the better. I'd like to stay out of this, but I will give you my completely neutral advice about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
As for the other device, that has a spectrum container. You can tell by the two clamp rings around it. I can't say as to what's inside because the coffin there, that's there's so few of them that it is. I can identify it on sight because I have one myself. And she kind of points to under the table,
Mm-hmm.
and that literally it's an exact replica of the one on the screen. That's what we use to transport the goodies on the stasis table if they need to be transported. It's my only one. Please don't break it. It was impossible to get in the first place. The other one, that specific design is actually used for deployment of substances into contained environments. The crate is specially made so that it has 3 separate delivery methods depending on the object you are storing inside. Because the Spectrum containers, you slot them into the device and it deposits the contents within into the object, and or vice versa, it pulls the object or the substance from the object into the container. There's never a point in which you open the container separate from the object or the device you're putting it into. Another device that holds extremely dangerous substances.
Understood.
Or vulnerable substances that don't, specifically substances that wouldn't play well on this plane, this dimension, extra dimensional substances.
Mm-hmm.
So, or it could be a ruse. I do know that those containers can also just store normal stuff in them. So, it could be filled with gold for all I know. Both of them could be.
Considering some of the individuals present, I doubt it, but I will say no more.
Well, that is my expertise as an aficionado of containment devices.
I am grateful for your expertise. Let me know if there is anything I can do to assist you at some point.
Oh, I think you'll make it up to me somehow. It'll be a wonderful, pleasant surprise that would even impress me. I think. In fact, I know this because, well, you treat me right? You make sure that I am kept well, and I'm flattered, offered wonderful gifts, and
I do my best. I can do at least one thing immediately. I can offer you my table at a restaurant.
I have not gone out to eat in a while. Yes, I'll take that up. Although I guess I'm paying, though.
Oh no, I'll cover it.
Hmm.
I cannot take you out to dinner. It would be rude to someone else, but I can at least...
Oh, your little paramour, yes.
But I can give you that, and at some point you've got to go visit Gordon Rampage.
I plan on it. I actually bought a primary seat. It's an appointment, but I purchased a seat. It's guaranteed. For the full experience, of course.
Oh yes, enjoy the screaming. Do note that he has recently received a large delivery of peppers if you are interested.
Oh, I do love peppers.
Oh,
And you'll find that the peppers actually have a flavor. If you can get beyond the burning sensation. Which,
oh yes. Wait, you haven't seen my grow room?
another time. But yes, I would like to, potentially, unless that's an innuendo. I
No,
can't tell with you sometimes.
no. Incorrigible flirt. But,
Well, good. Don't stop. But still.
but no, I have, and he'll just hand her the data sheet. I'm growing these.
Oh, well, somebody you want to hurt somebody. I understand that deep down inside. So it's a good outlet.
Well, for now I have some information to relay. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.
I will.
And I'll head back to Jackie and Cody and pass on the information I gained. Because I'm not relaying any of this over comms.
Okay, you got some information about the containers now. All right.
Mhm.
All right. Good night, Ogre. Maybe
Yeah.
I will see you later tonight. Maybe we won't. We'll
Considering
definitely see you on
yeah.
Monday.
Considering lately I've only been getting 3 to 4 hours sleep, it's entirely possible I'll be back around midnight.
That's probably when Liam will be on.
Yep. I will talk to y'all later.
Thanks for
Be
playing.
safe.
Peace.
All right, folks. The mystery continues to be unraveled. All right, so let me add some information to the Talos Station Echo. Very bottom. Oop. Oh, come on now. Oop. All right. I've written down stuff at the bottom of the Talos Echo Station about the containers. And Herba. I did not spell that right. Boop. Alright, so you guys still there?
Yep.
Johnny's gone, so it's just you and me, my friend. Would you
Just
like
you
to
and
do
me.
anything?
I'm going to go take a moment and dig into Minerva's box that's in my head.
Okay.
And use the passcode to make sure I get in unabated
Cool.
from the Nilo. And I'm going to, because all those boxes have serial numbers,
They do, yes.
I'm going to see if Minerva's wipe was as thorough as she wanted it to be, and see if we can find
What is
any.
your I'm gonna have you pick a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Mhm.
6.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 6100. And this is your Chaotica just rolling its shoulders, going, "Alright, what are we doing?" Alright. Those were all luck tests. You get 0.
Okay. Um, she was thorough, I guess.
No, the burning out was thorough.
Yeah. Uh, hmm.
I really do like my shade echoes. That was really fun to do.
Yeah. Cody's then just going to continue to dig around in Minerva's box, see if she has any plans. If she had any plans to fix the Talos star in here.
Yes, but all of them proved fruitless. The damage was done. It's permanent. She had no means of undoing it.
And she wasn't able to find another star like Talos.
Nope. That was 1 in a trillion stars.
Does she have the original schematics on the star?
The original data? Yeah.
And Cody is gonna take the time and study the data.
Years worth of data even for you.
Yeah. We're gonna take that data, and we're going to figure out. Cody's gonna sit here and try to think if he can make a star.
Maybe. Your energy control is shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go at this with a Chaotica brainstorm, or do you want this to go with a Leah brainstorm?
We're gonna
As
go
to
with the
what?
Leah. We're gonna go Leah because this is supposed to be based around Leah.
What's your int?
66.
All right, roll 6100. There are many options.
I do have an unnatural 1 on this.
Hmm.
A natural int. I don't know if that matters.
It will.
Okay.
You can reroll 1.
What?
Reroll 1. Has to
Okay.
be better. And of
I will
course, you can
also.
use fate points through runes on these.
I'll re-roll the 59.
These were literally rolls that Ogre was rolling.
Right.
All of them.
I'm going to also use my Spark of Inspiration here.
Okay. So, you can't be Phazon. It'll corrupt the star. You need
Right.
to you're not going to be able to build a star, but you can alter a star. And it has to be really, really close to this because it needs to be ideal and it needs to be perfect and it needs to be a neutron star. There's plenty of those, but it needs to be pretty damn close, within 5% variable. And then you're going to need 8 space station sized electronic or energy controlled devices. And it will take about 10 years for them to slowly alter the star. It can be done.
8 space station sized energy controllers, right?
Yep, the ones that the animatronics use. That does not include anything that you can and can't do as a Leah Soul. Maybe you can make it faster. Maybe you can do something else. This is the first thing that comes to your mind with Spark of Brilliance. You just build 8 space stations with a energy control module bigger than the size of an asteroid.
Mhm.
You link them together in a network, and you basically find a star within 5% closer to the close as you can. And there are 2 stars within Minerva's reports that fit this description. One's really close, one's way the fuck out there. But they're not perfect. And that was the problem.
Right.
And she had no means of altering them. That doesn't mean you won't find somebody trying or doing something at those sites, because Minerva would not be the only one with this data. But if you find those stars and you can convert them that 5 or less percent, you can get a star just like that one. It'll take a hell of a long time because it's not safe, to do it quickly.
Yeah.
But you could, absolutely, you could. Your mind's going, just fucking NASCAR loop, just like as fast as it can. Like, ooh, yeah, stars are my bitch. I can make them do stuff.
All right. We're gonna take this little data, and we're going to.
Could you go ahead and roll me raw int as you kind of look at this, because this is not any skill you've come across.
A natural comes in. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. There's a technique that Minerva, in some of her other files that have no association with it, she knows a group of individuals, barely mentioned. They're called Star Forgers. They go to stars, and they're enigmatics, or so it says, and they alter the conditions of the star to make the system more livable. It is not a quick process, and no one really goes to those systems anyways during the conversion process. But they're sent to systems that the star is so bad that it is extremely dangerous and could go nova, or they could alter it so that there is a planet that could receive the Goldilocks zone.
Mhm.
But it's just not right, just not perfect, and they'll make it perfect, and or make it so that an area that has several planets that can be mined more hospitable. This has about the same classification as Project Farthest Star as for clearance. So talking about Star Forgers will get you in huge trouble.
Okay. Does she have any names? Or at least any known stars they worked on?
No, but there is one individual who she does seem to know, but she purposely went out of her way to give them a code name.
Mhm.
So if you can find the person by the code name Limbus, You can get your
Limbus or Nimbus?
Limbus,
Okay.
Limbus. You could find potentially the Star Forgers. Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, not right now.
All right. So we'll conclude session then, and I'll let you think on it because this has been kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
An investigation.
Ooh, ha.
Oh, it's fun, dude. I put this together because it was basically going to build up to this. Somebody was going to stumble into the Shade Echo.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll be right back.
All right. I'll be right back as well.
All right, I'm back. And all alone.
Did we just get a goodbye from Char? Is that what I heard?
No, I said I'm back.
Oh,
I found things out. I did things.
excellent, excellent. That's all I can ask from you, Cody. Good
Granted,
job.
none of it's helpful to anyone here right
No?
now.
Okay.
It's like long-term future. Who can we get a hold of plans? I don't know where Blad is.
That's okay. I've just been talking to Allie.
Hmm.
I've engulfed myself in supper / dessert. So
Ah, I see.
this is mostly just dessert. I had a big
Well,
breakfast, so that's still holding me off.
nice. Well, what was I saying? Ogre went to bed.
Of course. You
He
seem
said
very
he's probably gonna
depressed
sleep.
today. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's gonna be up in about 3 hours. So mm, mm.
I think I heard Blatt.
I think
I
you're
am.
Blad too.
That's me.
And there goes Blatt.
Yes. Hi. Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
Right.
you having any alcoholic beverages, Matty boy? Enjoying the Friday night?
I had a Bauhaus brew.
A Valhouse brew, eh?
Had some other alcoholic beverages during session, but I always try and alternate. If I go a little too hard, I try and throw in a bubble water in between.
Good call. Don't want to get you too hammered.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes a little tough.
Ah, you're just having fun with the boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, Allie girl is home from her hard day on her knees, pulling chords and listening to hour-long lectures that make her work extra. I don't know.
Well, regardless, I think today's session was fun and a success.
I agree. We played some Guess Who, and it was something we haven't done for a while. So, and it's nice
Yep,
that we
that was
could
my
figure out
plan.
the pieces and got some cool new characters here. Trying to think if I should get some downtime actions in while we have the chance, or should I use them for finding out more information? What do I want to do for downtime? Oh yeah, I wanted to read the Lilith's Nano Maiden cultivation book because I haven't really had the chance to even bring up that subject. I've just all been winging it and working on my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if I'm going to be inside Lilith's body, I might as well make the full use of it.
Could be big brain, could be trouble.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of those ancient guards and I'm going to devour it, and then learn about its features. Its Stargard. See.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a Groundhog Day scenario. I know some of you guys are not fond of that, but you never.
Oh no, Matt! I love the Groundhog Day stuff. That's how I started my first campaign with the peeps. My first time GMing, I did the Groundhog Day type scenario. They
Who
were
was
pretty
with
quick
me in
about
the
it.
end? It was Noir Bloodgood and Esti,
I know.
Escuge Obiste. That was the two guys.
Yeah, you guys never got to finish it, but I at least got to do an IRL campaign that we ended. Oh man, I feel so bad about Mark. He was just hating life at the very end of it. He's like, just let me quit, John. I'm like, oh, we're almost there. Just one more step. No, we talked about that in private. He was just more upset about the scheduling. As a teacher, that's kind of his bread and butter. So it's like he could be doing something else, right? It's true. You just make the decision. Oh, really? That's just right. Hmm? Yes, that is my water. I got some stuff. I said, I think you got some water left in there.
Guys playing?
Hmm?
You guys playing now?
No. Just chilling, I guess.
Yep. I had a lot of fun today. It was good.
I'm just sad it ended early.
Not too hot in my mouth.
Yeah, that's unfortunately sometimes that's how it goes. Because usually our sessions go stupid long. So we had to cut it short because people have plans, and I worry about Ogre. You know.
Yeah.
It's too hot out, girl. That was a nice snack, thank you. The cinnamon bun. And your heat up. Your leftovers. Like I said, had a big lunch.
Lunch.
No, that's true.
Like that.
The light looked like it was a program, right? Yeah. So I tried, instead of on, I've tried auto to see if that turns it on in the morning. It's probably why
At
your guy.
least using that.
So Matt, would you say we're done the session until Liam gets back on, or done the session completely
I
for
want the session for tonight.
just for tonight? Okay,
Yep. Well,
for the whole night
until next session.
till
yeah.
next session. So you guys aren't going to play later if I go out to sleep.
No,
Okay.
we're not going to play later. We'll probably do some Cosmic Eye shit.
Sounds good.